Good morning. It's a bit cloudy. We were supposed to be getting 3 days in a row of rain, and we got one and maybe a half, which was very welcome. Hey, Croc. Croggy. Good boy. Hey, good boy. Good boy. Yes. Beautiful pup. So you can see there's a little bit of muckiness here. There's a few puddles. The trees are actually, well, they look a lot better now. They were almost looking kind of like fall. You know, very brown looking. I don't see any here right now. Oh, here the tops of these, you can kind of tell. They're like getting burnt off from the heat already. There's lots of that dark color in the bush, which is pretty weird for this time of year. We definitely needed a drink, so I managed to get the seed in. We plowed a chunk of the field down here last fall. I disced it smooth. I didn't get as much done as I was hoping. I've got a few ditches worked in there, and I wanted to kind of work at that a little bit more with the grader blade behind the tractor. But the rain was coming, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to get the seed in. So that's done, and then I went over most of the hayland too. We used to, long before we started YouTube, we used to broadcast seed. A different farm of ours. Oh, pig's out. I was going to show you this pig, and she's out. Anyway, we used to broadcast a little bit of seed, about 6 pounds to the acre every spring with fertilizer. So since then, we try not to use commercial fertilizers at all now, but I still like to put some seed on. This land hasn't been reseeded in about 30 years. So new seeds is definitely a good idea. We've got one chunk worked up now. That's brand new seeding. I also had some peas left over from Saskatchewan. We threw those in. So that should make for a nice crop. And then everything else, I just went over it with the seed drill. Turned it way down and put about 6 pounds. It's a mix of alfalfa and clover. Again, it's just seed that I took with from Saskatchewan that we had. I think I got most of that for free. And the alfalfa probably won't do too well here. It's not tile drained land and it's quite wet. So it'll probably drown out next year. It might do okay this year and then drown out. But clover likes to get its feet wet. It don't mind being in wetter ground. You are not supposed to be out here. So that's one thing I was going to show you is we moved this pig from the pig pen. You can tell she's bagging right up. She's getting very, very close to her farrowing date. And so I had moved her. And I kind of suspected she wasn't going to stay in the pen. She was up in here. So this pen's been empty now. I got to clean it out, but our loader tractor's still broken. Hopefully get it fixed. The sheep are still in the middle there, and the milk goat's in here. The other goats are all in there. And then the kids take this one out and tie her up to a tire out in the yard now so she can still eat grass. The other ones are still in that pen. And we're actually debating whether or not we're going to keep goats or not. I've always loved having at least one goat around, but they're always out and we just don't have the fences for it yet. At some point we got to work on our fences more. It all takes time, it all takes money, and when they get out and they chew on your favorite trees or they get in the garden, or you know, Anissa just buys some new berry bushes or something, they all get destroyed. It gets kind of frustrating having a goat. The sheep are much easier to contain and keep in a pen. If we did get rid of the goats, we would get some more again. I mean, the milk is great. These sheep hardly have an udder on them. You can't really milk them. And this goat gives us about 3 liters of milk a day. So it is nice to have that for sure. Anyway, the pig pen. I'll take you over there. And when Wes comes out, you can see she's getting really close. Behind me here again. Croc's probably trying to herd her. I don't mind her running around here. I just don't want her piglets. We do have foxes. We do have coyotes around here, and probably some wolf pressure too, although I've never seen one of those. But yeah, I don't want anything to eat them. So you can see the pig pen here it's just a slop hole. It gets gross. So these 2 hogs, there's 2 left in here. They'll be going to the butcher here shortly. I want to get this pen cleaned out. Again, I'm waiting for the loader tractor to get fixed, and then we can clean that all out. Hey, what do you think? In the meantime, though, I wanted to move her to a different pen, not so crowded, and hopefully better chance for her piglets. So we're going to put her back in there this morning. And then we're going to feed these guys. I gave these guys both a bale, but we'll feed these guys some more cucumbers. And then we're going to cut some fence posts. That's why I got these up here. I don't just walk around with them for the fun of it. It's not a new fashion statement or anything. I'm going to be cutting some fence posts for around the garden to put up some fence there and keep them out. I brought this along because we built a new pasture in the front for the cows. They're locked up there, and I just want to double check it, see how well it's working, the fencer on it. What else are we doing today? I do have a job I got to get finished for this customer who's been very, very patient. I got to get around to that, but the rainy weather's not very nice for it either. We may get around to a little bit of that today, and then more of it tomorrow. And then I have a job farther away for 3-4 days next week. And then after that, we should be around here. We're getting closer and closer to cutting hay soon too. So I got to get some of these jobs wrapped up. And then, yeah, because once haying season starts, it's going to be hard to get any construction done. So anyway, going around this pickup. All right, we're about 15 minutes later, still chasing that silly pig. He seems bound and determined to go the wrong direction every time. It's now right there. We have made a few fence changes, so hopefully, because it's just Wes and I, hopefully it'll now go the right way. A bit frustrating farming it sometimes. There she is. I don't want her to stress out either, because then I run the risk of losing her litter, right? And of course the dogs don't help, because they think this is all a big fun game. Okay, so we set the fences up in such a way that if she went around the other side of the barn, it would work really slick. And this side of the barn won't work at all. But that's the way it goes. Come on, Pigger. Cooperate with us. One day, we hope to have all the fencing in place. No, why would you go that way? We don't want you to go that way. That's the wrong way. The wrong way. You gotta go that way. Turn. There you go. Yep. Sure, follow that trail. No, Craggy. No, you're not gonna help, buddy. You're not gonna help. You think you are, but you won't. Right? You won't help. Of course, she can't get through that hole anymore because we put something in front of it. So there she is, which would be perfect if we had set the fence up the other way. There's nowhere to go there. Yeah, around the trailer. That might work. Or not, that would still be the wrong way. Okay, back that way. That's where I started about 3 minutes ago. Oh, 2 minutes and 12 seconds, the beginning of this video. Alright, Wes is going to try to cut her off, and our fence just fell over. It's just a temporary setup. She can get right through here if she wants. We're just hoping she doesn't want. Where is she? No. Go that way. Yep, go right through there. That'll work. That'll work. There you go. There you go. We gotta run, buddy. This might work. Croc, no, Crocky. You're not gonna help. I know you want to help, but you're not helping. You're not helping. Croc, come here. Sit. Sit down. Sit. You stay. Stay. Oh, good boy. Oh, good boy. No, stay. Sit. Sit. Good boy. Come on, Piggy. Work with us. No, Piggy. No. There. Now you're in the confines of our crudely built fence. So now, if we swing this one around and connect it with that one, maybe she'll go back in the hole. Assuming there's no hole in that side of the fence. Which there isn't yet. She's contained. This actually would be a decent spot for her too, but I'm hoping to pick up new calves and fill these hutches soon. Although the price has gone up drastically, so I don't know how many I'd be buying. I like buying them for like $50, $100 a piece. That way if there is some death loss, you're not losing a lot. Whereas now, good bull calves are $300, $400 a piece. So if you lose one, there's a lot of profit gone pretty quick. More joys. Goats sticking their heads in little holes that they shouldn't put their heads in. Oh, unstuck. She's not supposed to be free, but anyway. Freedom! You want to stand right here on this fence? We have another helper. Now we'll get her. Well, just stay right there on that side. You should be good. And goat, you could work along too if you could stand. No? You're not going to help us? Okay, never mind then. Alright, so far so good. So far so good. She's going to go right underneath that fence maybe. Maybe not. Don't do that. Oh, you scratched your back. Probably on the way out of the fence. No, I want you back in that pen. Where are you going? Okay, well, let's get this plywood sheet there too. Okay, this is like take 8 maybe. I don't know. Alright, piggy. Let's try again. Just try to stay calm. It's nothing too serious. Yep, there you go. You're going to turn the corner. You're going to notice the dog to your straight, to your back, around you. Move over Waylon so she doesn't pop underneath that fence. Alright, there you go. Right in there. And that's where we wanted you the entire time. Congratulations, you have now moved to the next level. Right there. That's a nice spot to lay. You can just calm right down now. Look at all these cucumbers. A lot of them got mold on them, but the pigs don't mind. They don't care. Alright. Now I wouldn't let you use these yet before breakfast. If we can get this pig to stay in. There, piggy is locked up. Now the other thing that we got recently, this was going to be about cutting posts today, but now it's a farm tour, so it'll probably go up as a farm tour, and you'll wonder why I got these silly things in my head. We picked up baby chicks. Now we're trying something different. I'm on the outside of the glass here of the chicken trailer, but they're doing good in there so far. Looks like somebody closed them off. Yesterday they could go that way and have the whole trailer. Problem is there's a couple of other older chickens in here. One had babies, little chicks, and one is sitting on eggs in there still. And they were beating up the new guys. So it looks like somebody did a nice job closing it all off. Very nice little pen. Anyway, they don't need a lot of room at this age. They just need food and water and bedding. Looks like they need a bit of bedding in there. So these ones I believe are Freedom Rangers. We normally get, what do they call those? Let's say white rock. I don't know if that's right. Anyway, they're a broiler breed normally, the white ones, and they get big and fat. And if you keep feeding them, they can hardly stand. It's so unnatural how they grow. I don't know how they bred those things, but they're bred for meat production. So in a commercial barn, they get to the right size in like 6-7 weeks, I think. Then they eat them. It seems very unnatural to get that fast, or to get big that fast. These are Freedom Rangers, I believe is what they're called. And if that's not the word, maybe Anissa can just put it on the screen here or something, but I think that's what they were called. And they do much better at free ranging. And that's what we basically like to do with all of our animals. I understand right now a lot of ours are in the barn, but that's not how we like it. At some point we'll have more time and money to do fencing and have all of our animals out again. But yeah, we like pasture-based everything. And our chickens last year as well. Look at all the clover. Somebody spilled seed. Yeah. So this is what I planted in the fields too. So it should do great out there as well. It's old seed. And the reason I got it for free is because of the germination rate. The company couldn't sell it and guarantee that it would germinate. Like some of it obviously always will. But they couldn't guarantee the germ rate on it. And so I got it for nothing. Anyway, we like raising animals on exactly that. That is great feed. So last year too, we had all our chickens out, all the broilers. I forget how many we raised last year, quite a few. We had a lot of issues with foxes and skunks and raccoons. So we're not going to do nearly as many chickens this year. And the profit margin in chickens also pretty small. It's a lot of work. You got to move them all the time. So we're going to do 150 now. We may do another 150 later in the year. Look at that, eh? Woo! Nice view. Can't wait to get steel on there. we might do another 150 later this year. See how it goes. We have a few people that are buying chickens off us again, and so we'll raise some. But we want them on grass, and these guys do a lot better on grass. And I'm also hoping that they don't get as ridiculously big. So those big ones, I have tried now 3 times to keep them and breed them, cross them with one of our roosters to get a smaller, more normal sized breed. I've done it with Buff Orpington, and this last time I got just a mix of roosters. I don't even know what they are. But to try to develop our own, that is still a meat bird, but not as big. And I've had very little success. We did finally, I think Judy, we named her. We had one, and she was laying eggs, but never fertilized. So yeah, Wes is still at the barn, but he's waiting for some screws. So now these Freedom Rangers, I'm hoping if we can raise them, that maybe we can keep some of them, because they're not, well, I don't know, I've never seen one big, so we'll see how it does. But they will do very well on pasture. Okay, I'm looking for the oil for my chainsaw. Somewhere around here. Okay, found the oil and gas. Gas can's empty. Gotta go fill it up. All right, 1 jug of mixed oils. This is enough for 5 liters of gas. I throw this in and then fill it up with gas. Grass is coming nice. This looks almost like a nice manicured lawn, but it's not. It's just kind of, well, it's kind of like our lawn, I guess, but we don't mow it. Cows and goats and everything else takes care of that. We had our chickens here last year, actually. We had this area fenced off. And our broiler chickens. You can see that little green top. That's a little chicken tractor we had made here. And yeah, they were in this area fenced off. So the fertilizer sure helps. Got a big problem with these things this year too. These are all eggs and little caterpillars. Last year there was only a few, and we tried to stay on top of it. Basically, you cut them off and burn them to get rid of them, because they just get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. Here's one where you can see the caterpillars are coming out. Right, and they just eat the plant. They kill everything on it. This almost looks like another apple tree. And it's amazing, the cows must have been eating all these things off or something. When we got here, we were fairly certain we only had 2 big apple trees. We have found 1 more big one since then, and lots of little ones. And look at the blossoms on there, beautiful. But these caterpillars are probably gonna end up eating them. So we have to do some heavy pruning this year and getting rid of these branches with the caterpillars and burning them off. They're all over the place. Oh, it's that new pasture we made. Cows are up here happy. Wow. Reasonably happy. I think they prefer to be on the other side of the fence. Grass is always greener. So there's not a lot to eat in here. We're feeding them hay just over the ridge there. Oh, there's still some tall plants. Right there's some nice tall grass. But all in all, it's cropped pretty short in here. There is, what do we got? 13 big animals, 12 cows, and 1 bull. And then there's 8 calves in here. So got this fence for free, nice page wire fence. Threw a shock wire down low here, keep them from scratching the posts and pushing the fence over. Some of these are not in very deep because they're rock here. And a barbed wire to keep them from scratching the necks on the top. But yeah, it worked out good. There you can see the hay we put down for them. They roll it out. The soil is really thin right there, right on top of this ridge, and also down to the bottom to the fence. So I'm going to keep rolling them out there, and anywhere where we did that last year, you can see, well, I'd have to walk through there to show you, but the grass is much, much taller now. Helps fertilize it. So we don't like them cropping this low to the ground. In this case, we're doing it to save the pastures elsewhere. They'll be going over to that bush there soon. But we gotta let that grow, so we're gonna leave them in here. The problem with eating this low to the ground, there's more parasite problems, right? And it's really hard on this pasture. It will take a long time to rebound when it's this short. Ideally, I would never let it get shorter than 5-6 inches, but we just don't have that option at the moment. So we're gonna have golf course grass here. There's a nice mama right here. That's the last one, the calf. It's one of the bigger cows. That one there needs the calf yet. The second one over, the white legs there. We're waiting for her. She's starting to bag up, so hopefully she's going to give us a calf soon. And then there's 2 Herefords there. The black white faces, they both need the calf yet. Crop of calves are looking good. A nice big bull calf there. Very good. Looks good. Oh, I'd like to throw them in this area right here. There's loads of grass in here. But it only has fence on 3 sides. These bales I picked up yesterday. Got a reasonably good deal on them. But not the greatest quality. I guess that's why it's cheaper. It's better than the stuff I was getting. And $10 a bale cheaper. I guess a really tight bale, so there's a lot of feed in there. But you can see spots, like the outside rounds, like they've been sitting outside, right? So the outside rounds get a little bit wet, but the inside's still pretty good. Cows seem to like the one I gave them. The guy I bought them off has bales inside as well, and I got one from the inside and the rest from the outside. Here you can see some, like it's still, oh, you can't tell on camera maybe, but it's still nice and green in there. So there's some good hay. Cows seem to like it, like I said. And he has some inside and outside. So I took one from inside and I gave that to the sheep and they're really liking it. And these ones here I'm going to use for the beef cows. So we're going to keep feeding them up in this front pasture for a while. We'll store the feed in this area here. We're making a row back here, which I came up to do right now because I thought the tractor was parked here, but apparently I walked all the way out here just for good exercise because there's no tractor. Anyway, that probably concludes the whole video. We'll just make it a farm tour video. These beautiful calves. Real happy with that. There's one cow here that's not really holding up that well. Now, she's putting everything, well, Mabel of course, but she's a small frame Jersey. Look at that sunshine coming out. The calves I'm very happy with. Mabel's feeding this calf. Her calf died and her mom died, so working together. Now the cow, this one right here, very, very small framed animal as well. She's putting everything into the calf, which is good. But she doesn't have much herself. So she may be a contender to call out of the herd. That number 11 I showed you, the last one, the calf, she's beautiful. Oh, right here. She's in beautiful shape. I really like that one. It's kind of a mixed bag of stuff we got here. That big Hereford I like, although she hasn't had a calf yet, so we'll see what happens then. This one here is going to the butcher here in a week and a half. She lost her calf, and she was one of those skinny ones that I did not like when they showed up, and I still don't. Annabelle we raised from a calf. She's doing pretty good, raising a nice little calf. So we'll see. As there's demand for meat, we kind of call out some, and then we are looking to buy some more beefy stuff again. Like this one here's got some Holstein in it, and that's why she's so skinny. And I think that one might as well. And we would like some more beefy breeds. They do better. I mean, look at this guy, right? He's just beefed right out. He's pure. Anyway, we'll conclude that for a video. Oh, I gotta do one more thing yet. Hang on. Look at this, just starting up in the trees. This is our apple tree up in the front. It's gonna be fully blossomed soon. I hope we don't get a frost this year. We'll have lots of apples. The ravens usually end up taking them all. We got this one, and then across the lane we got this other one. That sounds like doves, doesn't it? Maybe not. I don't know what that was. Anyway, here's loads of blossoms as well. It's very pretty. There'll be a buzz with bees soon, I guess. Some kind of a bird. Oh, maybe that's a loon, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, we'll call that good for one video. So this will be to be continued, because I still got to get the tractor, unload that wagon, cut some fence posts, and put some fence posts in the ground, wrap some page wire on it, put some plastic down on the garden. Then they're gonna start planting the garden while I go try to finish that one construction job. What's it today? Friday. So I got today and tomorrow to get that wrapped up. So stay tuned till tomorrow or whenever this comes on. Catch you later.